Hello, Greater Mankato. Kristen Brown here, and it was such an honor to be with you when I helped you to open up that relationship energy. Remember, I had you learn how to be a light and not a shadow. And we did that powerful exercise where you reached out to someone in your community. We saw those lights turn on to help guide your path forward, your community's path forward, and to really create that awesome network that you need to create in an environment like we live in our small towns. Now, because we had such a short time together, I wanted to give you a little bit more of each of those 7 energy centers that we talked about. Because I gave you the teaser, you saw the list of 7, we only had enough time to touch on 2. First, we did your vision energy, and you had that time jump where we got in the DeLorean and we went 1 year ahead and you envisioned what you want for yourself. And we did the relationship energy with being a light and not a shadow. But we didn't have time to jump into the other 5, so I just want to give you a quick overview of what those other 5 are, so that if they feel like something you might want to dig into, if it feels like something that your team might benefit from, we can connect and we can create a deeper scenario for whatever it is you're looking to do. Okay, so the first energy is vision energy. We already did one of those exercises when I was there. The second is strategy energy. Now remember I said at the event that strategy energy is being able to look at your environment, everything around you, and pick and choose what you need to create the vision that you want. So it could be people that are going to support you. It could be skills you develop. It could be resources and time that you need to set aside to create the path forward for that vision. So that's what strategy energy is all about. The next one that we talked about really briefly was communication energy. And remember I said that communication energy isn't just being able to listen or being able to talk or write an email or send a good text. Communication energy is all about the authentic way that you show up and communicate who you are as a human, as a leader, as a salesperson, as a parent, as a philanthropist, whatever it happens to be. It's how does that authentic, true you at your heart and at your soul, how does that translate in how you're showing up across the communication channels that you're in? Whether you're doing a sales pitch at work, whether you're trying to get a promotion or you're doing a job interview, whether you're telling your kids what to do, how do you make sure that the authentic, true, heart-based message you're trying to deliver comes through rather than having a false front, if that makes sense? So that's what the third energy is. The fourth energy is that relationship energy that we already talked about with being a light, not a shadow. And the next one is confidence energy. Now, confidence energy is the energy that you're owning your superpowers, the things that you're so good at. You have things inside of you that you know that you kill it at, right? You're better than anyone else that you know at these things. And those superpowers need to be shown off, need to be put front and center at work and personally, because when you do that, you'll be in the flow, man. You will be in the zone of performance, of engagement, of creating momentum when you get to use your superpowers. Because when you use your superpowers, your body floods with endorphins, feel-good chemicals that change the energy that you're putting out. Changes your facial expression when you're using your superpowers to cranky resting face, to happy resting face, excited resting face. When you are using your superpowers, you walk into rooms more confidently, you present at meetings more confidently, you write an email or do a sales pitch more confidently, you talk to your partner, your friends, your kids, strangers in the grocery store more confidently. So confidence energy isn't like, oh, I'm so great, about ego. It's about using your superpowers, showcasing your assets, using them to the best of your ability because you know you freaking got this, man. That's confidence energy. The next one is creativity energy. And creativity energy is making sure that you have passions, hobbies, things that you love built into your life. Because when you are going through changes, when you're stressed out, when you're burnt out, when you're busy, when you're overloaded, your body goes into that fight or flight response where you're filled with cortisol, adrenaline, and things like that can fog decision making, that can create all sorts of health issues, that can put you in a bad mood, that can give you cranky resting face. So it's important that your creativity in your life is put at the top of your priority list rather than the bottom, because oftentimes when we're stressed or overloaded, What falls to the bottom of our to-do lists? Ourselves. The things that we love, self-care, time to do things that we love with our friends, with our family, or even solo. That's what falls to the bottom of the priority list when we're stressed. And it needs to be the other way around. When you're overloaded, when you're stressed, the things that amp up that creativity energy need to be moved to the top of the list. So that's really how you spur up and you spark up that creativity energy. And then the final energy is motivation energy. And motivation is usually in the toilet when we're fearful, when we're stressed, when we're scared. And the last couple of years, we've been stressed and scared and fearful with everything going on in the world. So we may have had the best intentions to be motivated, to take on new projects, to get a promotion, to start a business, to take on new stuff. But subconsciously, we had this fear, and sometimes not subconsciously, sometimes totally overtly, we've been scared and stressed. We have not been able to tap into that motivation. We have not been able to kick ourselves in the butt to move forward despite our best intention. So the key when you really want to get motivated is to really step back and give an honest look at your life and at your work and say, okay, where am I stressed? Where am I scared? Where am I fearful? Because if you start working on those things, that's when your motivation energy is going to open up. And another great way to turn on your motivation energy is actually to go outside. Because when you go outside and you get all of your senses stimulated, you see the sunlight that stimulate the cones and rods in your eyes. You feel the wind on your skin and you can feel the hairs and the temperature changes. You smell the smells of winter and spring and summer and fall. When you see animals and birds and clouds, all of that sensory stimulation will crank up the feel-good chemicals of endorphins, serotonin, dopamine, and create a different environment within your body that then changes a different environment up here. And that's critical to driving motivation. So if you need to get motivated, one really quick way is to go outside. Okay, so that was just a quick rundown of the 7 energy centers. There are hundreds of ways to amp up and turn on and activate those different energy centers so that during your day, when you need those things most, you can do one of those things and there you are. You're ready to be confident, you're ready to be creative, you're ready to be strategic, whatever it happens to be. Now, of course, we don't have time in this video to dig into those hundreds of things, but I think I gave you a really good taste of what those energies mean for you and how you can start to think differently about how you're showing up to the world, how you're looking at your 7 key energy centers and really making the most of how you're showing up so you can have the impact and influence that you want. So if you want to know more, you can reach out. I'll put links to my website and my social media right here after this. You can call, text, email me anytime if you want to do something individually or for your team. Of course, I'm here for you, Minnesota girl, right here in my own backyard. I'd love to work with you and your team. So thank you again for having me. It was such an awesome event. I'm so excited for all of the growth potential that is happening in the greater Mankato area, and I'm happy to be even just a little part of it. See you soon.